Up next on Live It Up, it's Maureen Tara Nelson, and she owns MTN Matchmaking. She happens to be the only matchmaker in all of Long Island, and I know she's got offices coast to coast. I'm very excited to have her here. Welcome to the show, Maureen.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Now, I know that you've been changing things up. Now,
Yes.
a couple of things you wanted to talk about is your service. Let's talk about that first.
Okay, well, we still offer the same service for all single quality people that are looking for committed relationships, but my goal is to now take matchmaking to the next level. After 15 years of matchmaking, I want to be more of a resource to my clients.
Okay.
So I have a couple of new things that we're doing at MTN Matchmaking to do that.
And what are those? What type of services are you offering now?
Okay, one of them is as much as I try to be someone's matchmaker and dating coach, there are certain experts in the field that I've been incorporating into my program. So the first one, for example, is a personality expert, Gary Parks. If I think a person can benefit from being even more positive than I could make him or her, then I send them to Gary Parks. We have a styling consultant who's wonderful, Danielle Marone. We have expert photographers, just in case I can't make the photos perfect, then he can do it, as well as many other services.
That's excellent. I know some of those people actually.
I know you do.
And
I know.
what is targeted recruiting? What does that phrase mean to you?
Well, over the years, the last 3 years, I had a program that was called Elite Program. And what it does is it enables me to do targeted recruiting, which means I'm out and about, meeting different people at charity events, at networking events, just so people can feel comfortable and meet with me in person. And lately what I've been doing, and it's had astronomical effects, so I'm stepping it up a pace, is I'm out about 3 times a week now at those certain type of events for great quality people. And I noticed that especially with men, they're more apt to approach me at one of these events and say, I've always wanted to come to you. I've seen your advertising for so many years, but I never had the nerve to make the phone call. Whereas they'll see me at an event and they'll talk to me about themselves. And it also benefits my clients that are in the Elite program that I'm doing targeted recruiting for them, because I might think of someone that's perfect for this particular man. So by me talking about it, talking about the program myself, and that perhaps I even have a few women that I think are great for him, the next day he wants to come in for an appointment.
It facilitates the process a little bit for them.
And
I always
had about 1,200, 1,000 clients. Since I've been doing this now, it's over 1,500 clients.
Oh,
just doing the
congratulations.
targeted recruiting alone.
Great. So there's more people to kind of matchmake.
Yes.
Now tell me about incorporating the seminars and the workshops. What are you doing with that?
So in addition to just one-on-one matchmaking people, which again, we still have the whole basics that we do a criminal felony background check on everyone. We are only for nice, decent, quality, positive people. Everyone's looking for a committed relationship. So you still have all those core values in my existing program. But now, like I said, we're taking it a step further. So now I'm doing a lot with social media to help people. So they could find me on my business Facebook, Instagram, my blogs that I write, Twitter, Pinterest.
Great. It sounds really wonderful.
All of those.
Now, I know for a fact that you do a good job because I was a former client. I always like that when the guy's talking about his hair and it goes, and I'm a former client.
Yes.
But I really did work with Maureen, and I found her to be an expert at what she does, and she's really sweet and very caring. And I know that you actually turn people away. Like if you don't think you can help somebody, you're like, this is not for you. Go somewhere else, but this is what you do.
Right.
You give great tips. So I wanted you to share some of your tips, even if people aren't clients, if they're just tuning in now. Like tell us some 4 tips for dating.
Okay. So if you're going to start into the single world, whether you come to me or not, and I always recommend try dating on your own for 6 months, but follow these same 4 tips, whether you come to me or not. So the first one is to always be at your emotional best. And what I mean by that is eventually when you're in a relationship, we all know you're going to eventually get to an intimate part of that relationship. So you need to be at that point that you have the confidence right now before you start dating that if and when this intimate part of our relationship comes to fruition, that you're ready and prepared and confident for it. That's the cause of many breakups.
I can imagine.
If you've ever noticed people have gone out, they've had a wonderful sex life, and then all of a sudden, a week later, everything's ruined. Or maybe they're almost at that point of intimacy and they break up people are left wondering what has happened. What's happened is that person that you were dating did not take care of that issue first. So it has nothing to do with you. They just don't have the confidence to take it to that next level of intimacy. So the first thing you do is work on yourself first, if it means losing weight, whatever it is, so that when you can be intimate with that person, you're ready. And a good rule of thumb is walk in front of the mirror naked, and once you feel really confident doing that, then you're ready for that relationship.
Well, for some people, I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
But
But at least it's a good try. It's a good try.
There are size 14,
Right.
16s that
Right.
can look in front of our mirror and look super curvy, super sexy.
Absolutely.
So,
and let people know you're single. That's a really great one. But not
Yes.
that you're single, because you were saying
Yes.
to me earlier in the green room, if you're single and you say I'm single, it could just set you up with a whole bunch of
Right.
dates. But it's different when you're actually looking for a committed relationship.
Yes.
So that's a great tip. And I like this one. Number 3 is smile. Tell us
Yes.
about why you need to smile.
Okay, well, as I always say, a smile is free, it's contagious, it makes the person feel good, but it makes you feel good too. So this is all about putting out the positive energy, and that's a good exercise to make us all feel positive by smiling more to people.
Great. And what about looking your best?
Okay, that's more of a physical matter, whereas the first one was emotionally being your best. This is more physically. Be great at dressing well. If you need some dating clothes, go out and get them. Do your makeup. Spend the extra effort in making yourself feel good, not for the other person, but for yourself. Because if you look in the mirror and if you feel great about yourself, that's what you're going to be presenting to that person. And you are a gift. You're giving yourself as a gift to that person. So you have to feel and look your best.
Okay. And what are the do's and don'ts? You have some do's and don'ts here.
Okay, so that's how to be a good dater.
Okay.
So you're on a first date. There are about 9 do's and don'ts, and many people make mistakes with this. So
Okay.
hopefully this will help everyone be a better dater.
Here you go. Here you go, and here's the list. And you
Yes.
might want to get out a piece of paper and write them
Yes.
down, because this is free advice from the #1 matchmaker. That's right. We've got Maureen Tara Nelson here from MTN Matchmaking. All right, you ready? Okay, here you go. Here's what all you need to know right here. Number 9, go.
Okay. Number 1 is keep the date simple. An hour to 2 hours. That's it.
Great.
Okay.
Number 2?
Number 2, don't be a bragger. Listen and learn to what that person is saying. Your job on that date is not to talk about yourself. That person will get to know yourself by your actions. So find out more about that other person.
Excellent. Number 3.
Number 3 is find 5 great things about that person. All of us, we all make a mistake of thinking we have 20 things on our must-have list. No one's perfect. No one's going to have those 20 things. And the biggest mistake is people will go on a date with someone. They'll see the 5 great things, but in their head they'll say, he doesn't have 6, 7, and 8. I'm not going to go out with him again. Biggest mistake, people do it all the time. Focus on those 5 things, so then when you do self-sabotage yourself, you'll revert back to finding the 5 great things, and you'll realize what you were doing, and you won't do it again.
Number 4 is be positive. So we've got that one kind of. That's easy.
No negativity.
Right.
I can't make anyone that's negative successful.
No.
Never.
No. They can get help from Gary Parks, but at the end of the day,
Exactly.
they still have to have some bit of positivity.
Exactly, yes.
Number 5, be a gentleman and a lady.
Yes, that's so important, opening up doors. Those little things, men, sometimes they forget and they don't realize, but those little things, that's what counts the most.
Okay, number 6.
Number 6 is for men to always pay for the first 3 dates. And I get into a lot of trouble about that, but it really is important. And of course, the ladies thank the men, but the next day, call them up on the phone and thank them personally for being so generous.
Lovely. Number 7, I like this one. Be attentive. No cell phones.
No, that's something new.
Okay.
With this, day and time of social media and Facebook and phones, leave it in the car. I have a heart surgeon that flies in for dates. He leaves his phone in the car. So if he can do it, if he can devote an hour or 2 to just focusing on that person without a cell phone, everyone can.
And number 8 is always give a second date. So if you don't like them on the
Always,
first one,
yes.
give them another chance.
Everyone is nervous
and
on that
number
first date.
9, don't look for
Perfection.
There you go.
No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. And people have that mistake that it's self-sabotaging too, that they're looking for perfection. But if you get back to the basics and realize that there's a million different things about each of our personalities. And that's the whole fun part about dating,
Excellent.
to recognize there's no perfection. But look at how exciting it'll be to meet someone and get to know and unpeel the layers of finding someone's million different caveats of their personality.
Fantastic. And in closing, I just want to let you know that Maureen Tara Nelson is now ready and looking. She's an empty nester herself.
Yes.
So if you would like a date with Maureen, you could reach out to her directly, or you could reach out to us at liveituptvshow@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and we hope we helped you find love.